Hey, what's up guys, Devil Dog Gamer here, and welcome to another Fucked Up Fridays, and I'm bringing you some more Armored Kill. I gotta say, by far, Armored Kill is the greatest expansion I've ever played. It really brings back what Battlefield was all about, the large-scale vehicle and infantry combat. I really enjoy it. I'm having a great time with it. I'm sucking a little bit because I really haven't, I've been doing a lot of the close quarters, so I kind of got that COD mentality to it when I come to it, but now I'm starting to get back into the vehicles, starting to feel a little more comfortable with it, fighting infantry against vehicles and stuff, and I'm about to fuck this tank up so bad with the Jihad ATV. Gotta love it. Good times. But I'm going to cut up the gameplay a bit, show some parts off. AC-130, finally got into this, got some good gameplay with it. I gotta say, by far, it is the biggest sitting target there is. You're pretty helpless in it. I feel helpless. I feel really helpless flying this thing. Anyways, into the story time. So, back when I was 16, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I had an Acura Integra GSR, pretty souped up little rice rocket. It was pretty quick. I used to race around a lot with it and stuff. And this has something to do with the story. I had this friend that I worked with. He had a condo out on the island, on the beach area where I live in Florida, and we used to have giant parties there. It was crazy as hell. He ended up meeting this chick. Well, it turns out the chick had a boyfriend, and this is where this story goes into. We were at his condo one night. She had just told everybody that she left her boyfriend for him. I was like, okay, cool. Well, unfortunately, he had been to some of the parties, so he knew where he lived. So there was about 5, 6 of us there, and to get into this condo area, there was a gate. Well, next thing we know, there's a ring, 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 ring. It's him at the gate. And about 4 truckloads of his buddies. I'm like, oh, crap. And it was only me and my buddy, and then the rest are all girls. And I'm like, dude, we are about to get our asses beat. Like, no joke. So, they're arguing through the intercom and shit, whatever. We decide to let him in. Only the ex-boyfriend. So he comes up, talking all kinds of crap. All his buddies are waiting out by the road in their trucks and shit. And I gotta say, he was driving a King Ranch. I don't know if you guys seen King Ranch, big fucking dually, badass truck. It's a badass truck. But some words were said, and around this time, this is when I was carrying my collapsible nightstick, just like the cops were. Because I was 16, couldn't have a gun, whatever. I wanted something to protect myself with. And this is one of the situations where I was glad I fucking had it. So he's talking all kinds of shit, and I'm like, dude, this ain't happening. I was like, you and your boys are not coming up here to kick the crap out of both of us. I was like, I ain't gonna let this happen. Fucking pull out my nightstick, and I was like, I'll be damned if you're gonna beat the fuck out of me. I was like, dude, I will fuck every single one of you up until you take me down. So he kind of got the picture, left. So they're all sitting out there by the road. And, it's pretty much, we figure, hell, this is gonna happen. They're gonna sit there and wait for us anyways. So we decided to hop in my car, and we're like, fuck it, we're gonna take the chance. See if we can, get out of here and ditch them. So it became a chase. So we roll out of there in my car, all 5 of us, hauling butt down this island, and all the guys are chasing us in their trucks. This went on for about a half an hour. For half an hour, it was cat and mouse, driving, cutting through traffic, getting chased by them, everything else. And this continued on, and we went through multiple cities, I-95, little back roads. I think the fastest I reached in my car was like 130 that night. I did not want to get the crap kicked out of me. I was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. This is bullshit. And the whole time I was yelling at him saying, thanks, you fucking asshole, Why could you find a single chick? I'm going to get the crap kicked out of me because you fucking want to go fuck with somebody's girlfriend. I was like, congratulations. So this continued on. And then we hit this little town. And there was a bowling alley near this town, and right at the bowling alley there was a sharp, it was a hairpin turn. It was a real fucking hairpin turn. But right before that, I had cut into this neighborhood, and we lost him. It was around this turn, and there was a sharp right-hand turn into this neighborhood, and I had hit this turn, and I saw it, slammed my brakes, pulled my e-brakes, cut the corner real quick, cut my lights off, and just kind of gunned it up to the neighborhood. So, look in my rearview mirror, there's nobody. I'm like, alright, cool. So we lost him. We're driving around this neighborhood. I got lost in it. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know where the fuck I am, how the fuck to get out. So driving around and come up to a stop sign, and who's on the other side of the stop sign? chick's ex-boyfriend. I'm like, oh, fuck. Thought I lost him. Damn it. So the chase began again. So we head towards this turn. And this was around like 10, 11 o'clock at night when this was all happening. So I hit this turn. I must have been going like 90. And the back end swings out on me. And it's like, I swear to God, it looked like Tokyo Drift. Because I'm just coming around this corner. Back end, just smoke everywhere. And I mean, I had a front wheel drive car, so it's not like I was drifting it. I was just sliding around the corner. Oncoming traffic, just missing oncoming traffic like crazy. Smoking all the way around the corner. I recovered it. Boom, there we go. And it had a bunch of little hills after the turn. So I was going, and I was like, okay, on the next little hill dip, I'm gonna cut it to the right and head down that next road. So that's what I did. Went and dipped so he couldn't see us, and I cut the lights off again. Cut it right on the road. So we're kind of driving all normal and slow, and I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I don't see him. I don't see headlights coming down the road. I'm like, alright. So I start driving normal, flip the lights back on, and then I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I'm like, dude, there's a little blue light flashing behind us. Just the tiniest little blue light you ever seen. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And somebody's like, dude, I think that's the cops. And I'm like, no, that's a tiny blue light. And they're like, no, it's the cops. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I pull over. And behind me, all I see is this blue light, and it looks like a fucking minivan. I'm like, what the fuck? Next thing I know, I got motherfuckers in full tack gear at my door with fucking AR-15s telling me to get the fuck out of the car. I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out it was a SWAT team. SWAT team fucking pulled me over in a goddamn minivan. It was like a Dodge Caravan. I was like, are you kidding me? So they pull us all out of the car at gunpoint. All of us are laying on the ground and shit. They're asking me if I have any weapons, and I'm like, yeah, in my glove box I have a collapsible nightstick. So they pull it out, check it, put it back in my glove box. So they pick me up because I was a driver, and they're like, well, what the fuck were you doing? We're sitting there waiting to bust somebody at the fucking bowling alley for drugs, and your ass comes flying around the corner creating like the biggest smoke cloud we've ever seen. So I told them about, you know, we're getting chased and stuff, and, you know, a bunch of dudes are trying to beat us up and shit. And right at that point, the freaking truck drives right by us, and I'm like, that's them, that's them. And the fucking cops are like, alright, well, you know, they're not going to touch you right now, blah, blah, blah. So they continue to question us and stuff, and, you know, asking us if we can find anybody that they can, you know, that sells drugs. And I'm like, no, I don't know anybody. Lying out of my ass. I don't know anybody who sells any sort of drugs. Shit like that. But, they let us go. Didn't give me a ticket or anything. So we decided, well, that's enough chasing around. The guys are gone. We're not really going to have to worry about it. So we head to the bowling alley. Or not the bowling alley. We went to the pool hall in town. And this guy, look, I get fucking... This dumbass decides driving towards somebody. I fucking nail him with the fucking gun, the guy. And his dumbass is so close to him in the truck, and he fucking kicks me for being fucking... Whatever. I fucking hate when people do that. If you get team killed because you're standing right next to a motherfucker, that's your goddamn fault, not mine. But, continue on to get to the pool hall, and, I don't know how they found us again, but they ended up finding us at the pool hall. So, fucking, we're there in the parking lot. There's probably like 10, 15 dudes there. I'm like, oh shit, man. So, and they were all bigger than me. I wasn't a big guy when I was 16. I was skinny and scrawny. I was like, whatever. But, we're all standing there, and they're all arguing and shit. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna get the shit kicked out of me. I was like, fuck this. So I just whipped out the nightstick. Whooshing, thing went open. I said, alright, if you guys want to do this, let's fucking go. But I guarantee you, one of you is going to the hospital tonight. Of course, not a single motherfucker wanted to stand up and fucking do shit. You didn't want to do anything. They're all sitting there, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. That's the thing. I mean, I'm not about carrying weapons for, you know, just intimidation factor. But when you're outnumbered, yeah, you're not gonna win it. I don't care if you're fucking Bruce Lee. If it's 15-1, you're fucked. I don't care what anybody says. I may have some sort of martial arts skills from the Marines, but if I'm outnumbered, you're damn sure I'm gonna fucking use a weapon and defend myself. Fuck that. I'm not getting the crap kicked out of me. I don't care. There's no way. But they ended up leaving, and I made sure I thanked my buddy for the wonderful night of excitement and glory, I should say. But that was pretty much it. That was the night I got pulled over by the SWAT team. And the funny thing is, I've been pulled over hundreds of times, and I've only received 1 or 2 tickets out of all those times. I've even had tons of marijuana in the car that friends were carrying. Never got searched. Never got busted for it. I say I'm pretty lucky with the law. I think I have a way of, I know how to talk to cops. You know, I'm very relaxed with them, very nice to them, you know, crack a few jokes here and there. They leave you alone. I think that's a good way to look at it. But don't forget to give it a like, leave a comment. You want to continue, you want this series to continue. I got plenty of more fucked up stories, but alright guys, talk to you later. Peace.